Run free.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I decided to do an eye look that I was inspired by another YouTuber to do. Her name is Valerie Pac, I believe, and I will link the video down below. But anyways, it is a really beautiful, she called it Fire Forest, something like that. Fiery Forest, something like that. But anyway, it's a beautiful mix of red, browns, and greens, and it's just gorgeous. And I really enjoyed just exactly the way that she did it. And I actually have done this. I went to a concert recently, and I did it for that, and it turned out beautifully, and it looks really good with my coloring as well. But anyways, I kind of decided, this kind of sparked an idea that I should have a series, just kind of inspired by YouTubers to do. I don't really know what to call it exactly, but maybe so-and-so made me or inspired me to ... something like that. I don't know what I'll call it exactly. But today it is with the Jaclyn Hill palette. And I know that it has recently gone back on sale. I don't know if it sold out this third or fourth time, whichever one it is. But it's gone back on sale, so I know a lot of people will be having these come in soon, and so I thought what a perfect time again to provide my viewers with another way to use this beautiful palette. I'm still in love with it. I still haven't used it all the ways that it can be used. I'm still very inspired by other people that I'm seeing doing looks online, and so I'm just going to keep on watching the cool tutorials and allowing them to spark some inspiration in me. But anyways, all that being said, let's go ahead and get cracking. As you can see, all my face makeup is done, foundation, bronzer, highlighter, eyebrows, and all that stuff. And I've also already primed my eyelids with Urban Decay anti-aging formula, and also with some color, some eyeshadow that matches the color of my skin. Just went ahead and set that. And so we're going to start off with, I'm just going to use the same brushes that I used the other day because they were perfect. We're going to start with the Morphe M433, and we're going to go into the shade Silk Cream. And this is going to be our beginning transition shade. I guess I don't need to hold my palette here. It's always kind of awkward. But this is going to go into the upper crease. And we're just going to layer lots of different colors on top of each other. And this is the beginning one. I do probably place my transition a little bit higher than most, because once my eye is open, a lot of my crease kind of closes into my hooded eye. So I go up a little bit higher than most, I think.
Run free and dive into the sky. Hear the wind crying out its prayer. Why are we so ashamed to be alive?
Okay, with that same brush, I'm going to go into this shade Honey. I'm not sure she did this step, but I think this will kind of cause another gradient to form there that I think will be really pretty. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to go just a tad bit lower and not pull this color as high. I know whenever I am inspired by another YouTuber and I'm kind of recreating their look, I always find myself having to throw in my own creativity.
Run free and dive into the sky. Hear the wind crying.
Okay, now I'm going to take a ABH Cosmetics 101 blender. And I'm just going to blend those two shades together. Just make sure they're really nice and blown out. Alright, the next shade I'm going into is Roxanne. You don't gotta turn on the red light. Really nice reddy brown color right here in the very middle. I'm going to go just a tiny bit lower with this. I'm using the same brush on all of these steps. And then, but I'm going to take this one a little bit lower. But still in the crease, still in the upper crease. Because this is the color that's really going to be the warmth that peeks out underneath the rest. This is such a beautiful color. It reminds me of Cocoa Bear by Makeup Geek. Oh, so pretty. Have I told you that I love this palette before? I love this palette. Just in case I haven't told you. Whew. That is beautiful. And that's going to warm up any eye look that you use it with. It's beautiful.
Run free and dive into the sky. Hear the wind crying out its prayer.
All right, back with the BH blender. Okay, that's a good start there. Okay, next we're going to go in with the shade Enchanted, which is this very dark hunter green color. And I'm using the Coastal Scents BRC N51. And it's a flat tapered blender. It's kind of like a shader brush, but it's got a rounded tapered end. I'll put the color on my brush and then I'll put down the palette and show you the shape of this brush, because this is one of my favorites. It's great for getting into spots that are kind of tight, and especially if you're kind of going for a halo eye type of look, this is an awesome brush. So you can see it's tapered, but it's also very flat. All right, so with this, we're gonna go on the outer corner, across the crease, and into the inner corner to make the halo-ish effect here. I like to build these kind of colors up slowly rather than go in really, really hard and then end up having to blend for 2 hours.
Run free and dive into the sky. Hear the wind crying out its prayer. Why are we so ashamed to be alive? Break the chains and our freedom's ours to take.
Once I get that placed, I'm going to go back in with my M433 and I'm going to use that to blend this together with the rest of the eyeshadow up above. Really try to keep it tight right here and go around in circles. Not to move it, but just to blend it. Same thing on the inner corner. we're not much concerned about the area in here because it's going to be covered with another shadow. But I feel like I need to do a better job of my little bridge here across. It was a little patchy.
Run free and dive into the sky. Hear the wind crying out its prayer while we're so...
Okay, I'm going to leave it at that for now and go on to my other eye.
Run free and dive into the sky. Hear the wind crying out its prayer while we're so ashamed to be alive. Break the chains and our freedom's ours to take.
Go back and place a little bit more color on this eye.
Run free and dive into the sky. Hear the wind crying out its prayer while we're so ashamed to be alive.
All right, one more blend. And I added a tiny bit of Roxanne back onto this brush to blend that bridge area a little better.
Run free and dive into the sky. Hear the wind crying out its prayer while we're so ashamed to be alive.
Okay, it looks kind of crazy right now, but that's how it's supposed to look. And we're getting ready to get into the really pretty part. It's all pretty, but I am looking for a particular brush, so I'm actually gonna go blend all with this too. Just blow it out a little bit more. Okay, what I have is my MAC 242, and I love this brush for, as I leave the frame, I love this brush for shimmer, and I also love to use it in combination with MAC Fix Plus for shimmery colors because it just makes them a lot more vibrant and metallic. We're going to go in with the shade Diva, and I think this is a very diva-licious eye look. I really do. But anyway, it's this shade right here, and it's just a beautiful kind of shimmery jade that has kind of a gold undertone. So I'm going to put it on both sides of the brush, pretty heavy, because I want to cover my whole eyelid, or my whole open space of my eyelid. And I'm going to wet my brush here. And then we're going to go in and fill in that little blank space with this beautiful color.
Run free and dive into the sky.
That is gorgeous. I am having to go back a little bit into my pan and get a little bit more. Beautiful. I just go around the edges there just to make sure everything's kind of blended in. We're going to go back in for number 2, and I don't think I'm going to need more MAC Fix Plus, so I'm just going to go in with the wet brush on this eye. And I'm kind of patting and swiping at the same time. Whew. Good gravy, you guys. This is the color that I have totally overlooked. It is beautiful. Gorgeous. Gorgeousness. Okay. I'm going to go back with my M433 and a little bit more of Roxanne. And again, go back into this crease. And make sure that pretty warmth is staying true out there on the outside. Because we really want to still see that. It's the red and green combination that is so beautiful here. All right. I'm also going to take another M433 and go in back into Silk Cream and Honey, maybe together, and just go around the outside of that and make sure that's nice and smooth. That kind of makes that outside edge of that look kind of faded upward into a gradient. Yes. All right, next I'm going to take the green off of my brush with my color switch, because we're going to add one more metallic shade, and that is called Queen, and it's this gold shade right here. And we're not going to take it as far across the lid as we did the other. We're going to place it right in the middle of the eyelid just to give the eyelid some dimension. I'm going to spray my brush again just one time. One time that I actually hit it. And go right into the middle here with this gold. We don't want to cover up Diva entirely. We just want to put it right in the center there. And not even to the point of opacity. We want the green to peek out from underneath.
Run free and dive into the sky. Hear the wind crying out its prayer. Why are we so ashamed?
All right, I'm happy with that. Yeah, it's so pretty, you guys. My goodness. My goodness. It's gorgeous. And we're not even done yet. I'm going to move to my lower lash line for a minute. I'm going to go into the shade Silk Cream and Honey again. And we're just going to put down a little base of color down here. Just to have something to blend upon.
Run free and dive into the sky. Hear the wind crying out its prayer.
And next I'm going to go into Roxanne. Alright, we're going to stop there for a second. Whenever she did this look, she had a teal or kind of like a Kelly green ColourPop eyeliner that I don't have. I think it was called Spoon or something like that. Anyways, to put in the waterline, I didn't have that. So I'm using what I do have, which is a Smashbox liner that I have to locate. Smashbox Always Sharp Waterproof Kohl Liner in this shade Cabana. It's kind of a hunter green, and I actually think it goes in great with this color. So I'm going to go into my waterline with that. My waterline does not hold color well, but we're going to give it a shot.
Run free and dive into the sky. Hear the...
And after that, we're going to go back in with the what we use for the lower lash line colors, the Morphe E36. I don't know if I even said that. And we're going to go back into Enchanted. Actually, I think I'm going to mix Enchanted and Diva to finish off the lower lash line. I'm probably just going to go about halfway down my lash line. I'm pretty much sticking to Enchanted because the frosty part didn't seem to be showing anyway. Doesn't look quite right, so I'm going to pull it all the way down about 2/3 of the way. And I think I'm going to clean that off and use the Diva right in here. It's not really showing up, so I think I'm going to grab an angled or a straight brush. That'll work. This Morphe Y21, and go into Diva there and just go right up underneath real close to the lash line. Okay, I'm real happy with that, except I want to take a fluffier brush, this little bitty tiny Morphe M5, I'm sorry, I'm so blind, M562, and just run it through here a little bit and just kind of make sure everything's nice and blended together. Like that. So smoky and pretty. Wow. Okay, one thing that she did as kind of a final step, she added another color in, and this is a Bodyography Pro flat shader brush that I got in my BoxyCharm. That's what I'm going to use for this. And she went into the shade Jada, and this really makes a difference. It's just a tiny bit of this tealish color on top of the hunter green. On both sides. inner and outer corners. And that really adds something. It almost just intensifies the green, where it just shows up so much more. Whew, beautiful. And I'm going to take it's a really fluffy brush, and I'm just going to go across here to make sure that I'm not leaving a harsh line there, but I don't want to brush much of it away. And just some last minute blending here. A little more Roxanne through the crease to make sure that gold is kept into the bottom area. Okay. And one thing that she did at the end is she went into this bright orange shade called Hunts. And I didn't do that. And I'm kind of wondering, I don't know if I really want to. I'm really happy with what I have, and I'm not sure I want to mess with it. But I also kind of want to try it just because I'm curious. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use a Luxie 622 and the shade Hunts right here on the outer corner, like just on the edge. I like that. I don't think it's doing much. I don't really want to cover up the green, so I'm probably being conservative here. But I think I'm going to leave it at that. I don't think I want to mess with what I think already looks really beautiful. So, one thing I do need to do, and I'm just going to grab my Modern Renaissance palette, because I don't really have a brow bone color in the palette that I'm using. That's a matte color. And so I'm going to use this one, which is called Tempera, to go up and highlight my brow bone. With all the darkness of the eye, I really want my brow bone to be highlighted, but I don't want it to be frosty. Like that. I'm going to also take a Blendy and go back into the Silk Cream shade. Gosh, I'm so extra. I'm such a perfectionist. This is a Morphe M518. I'm just going to go around the edge here just to make sure there's not a harsh line in between the brow bone highlight and the edge of the eyeshadow. Okay. And just what I used to put on the highlight color was just a BH Cosmetics angled brush. It doesn't have a number, it's from a set. All right. Okay, that's it for the eyeshadow part, guys. Take a look. I think it's just gorgeous. So I'm going to go put on eyeliner, mascara, and lashes. And for the sake of saving time and keeping you from watching an hour-long video, which I'm very guilty of a lot of the time, I'm going to do that off camera, and then I'll be back to show you the final look. All right, guys, I'm back with a finished look. Here's an up close for you. Oh, I think it's so pretty. I use Salon Perfect Demi Wispies are my lashes. My eyeliner is Man Eater by Tarte Man-Eater by Tarte. Just as a finishing touch, I'm going to use my Japanesque makeup setting spray. It's my first aerosol, so I'm not sure about it, but here I go. Woo! It smells good. It's very wet, which I'm assuming that, I mean, I know that's how it's supposed to be, but it feels a lot more wet than most. I did quickly want to let you know that I forgot while I was still filming about my inner corner highlight, and I did use a combination of Beam and Enlight from the Jaclyn Hill palette just to brighten up that inner corner since everything else is a little bit dark and vampy-ish. So I just wanted to let you know that part. And my lippy is called Strut by ColourPop. This was also in my Boxy Charm. But anyways, thank you so much for joining me today. I want to thank Valerie Pac again for some wonderful inspiration. I think this is a beautiful look. It's really fancy. I think it could be definitely a date night look or a night out with the girls. Or church, which is where I'm going today, looking all glammed out, but they're used to me there. But anyways, again, thank you for being here. If you enjoyed the video, I hope you'll give me a thumbs up, and please subscribe if you haven't already. And until I see you next time, take care and God bless. Bye, guys.
Run free and dive into the sky.